All right, guys, now we get into our real world problems, modeling with systems. So where would this come up in life? So when we're modeling a real world situation, sometimes we need more than one equation to represent the problem. So first step, identify your variables. You have to have the same number of equations as you do variables. And then step 2, write the appropriate number of equations. You will usually need 2 for these. And then number 3, solve the system using either, remember our first method was graphing, our second method was substitution, or let's add our third method, which is elimination. And it is totally your choice. Whichever method works for your model, use that. Okay, so everybody read number 1, and I want you to tell me what the variables are. So I'm going to write x equals and y equals. Okay, what do x and y stand for? What are we trying to solve for? So pause it and give it a try. And now that you've paused it and thought about it, this last sentence kind of gives you a hint. Find the price of a senior ticket and the price of a child ticket. So I'm going to call X is going to be the price of a senior ticket and Y is going to be the price of a child ticket. Okay, those are our 2 variables, which means that our system will need 2 equations. All right, so let's see if we can set up our 2 equations. Let's see. On the first day of ticket sales, the school sold 4 senior tickets. So I'm going to call that 4x. And 12 child tickets. So I'm going to call that 12y. And then the grand total equals $140. So that seems to be an appropriate equation. Now the second sentence tells us on the second day they sold 8 senior tickets, so 8x, and 6 child tickets, so 6y. And earlier in the sentence they said the total was 100. All right, so that is our equation. Now we have to solve. So what do you guys want to do? Graphing, substitution, or elimination? To me, this looks like an elimination if I could maybe multiply the top by -2. I see that working. All right, so if we triple distribute the -2, we get -8x, -24y, -280. And I think the bottom can actually stay the same. 8x plus 6y equals 100. And then if you guys remember, we add going down. Well, these are opposites, so they cancel. -24 plus 6 is -18y. And -280 plus 100 is -180. So it looks like y is 10. And now we need to plug y equals 10 in and try to find x. All right, so go ahead and plug in 10 for y. Remember, you get to pick the equation. I'm going to pick the second one. So it's 8x plus 6 times y is 10 equals 100, and we need to solve for this. So 6 times 10 is 60. If you minus the 60 over, we have 8x equals 40, and then divide by 8, so x is 5. Okay, final answer, we just have to write units. So it's going to be $5 for a senior ticket and $10 for a child ticket? So make sure you guys put your units in the final answer. All right, moving on. Number 2. First thing, tell me what X and Y represent. So usually just read the end of the problem. How many coins of each type, and there's nickels and dimes. So X will be the number of, let's say, nickels, and Y will be the number of dimes. Okay, 2 equations because we have 2 variables. So let's see if we can represent this. Okay, it says they have 28 coins, nickels and dimes. So to me, a good equation would be X plus Y equals 28, right? 28 coins, X plus Y equals 28. Now, the second equation is saying how much the value is, and this is a little tricky, but once you get the idea, they're not that bad. Nickels are worth 5 cents each, so 5x. Dimes are worth 10 cents each, so 10y. What's the total value in cents? So $1.95 is 195 cents. So 5 cents we called 5, 10 cents we called 10, $1.95 we're going to call 195. Side note, 5 cents is written like that, and 10 cents is written like that, and $1.95 is written like that. Just so we don't have to deal with decimals, I just moved every decimal 2 spots to the right. And that's how I got just 5, just 10, and just 195. Okay, go ahead and solve. So for this one, I would probably do elimination. I'm thinking maybe I multiply the entire top by -5. That seems like it'll work. So this one becomes -5x, -5y, and then -5 times 28 is -140. And then this one can stay the same. 5x plus 10y equals 195. All right, if we add going down, these cancel. If we add the y's, -5 plus 10 is 5y. And then -140 plus 195 is 55. So divide by 5. Looks like y is 11. And now we plug it back in to find x. So this one to me looks easier. Let's plug in 11 for y. And it looks pretty simple to solve then. X plus 11 equals 28. So if you subtract the 11 over, x is going to be 17. All right, don't forget your units. It's going to be 11 dimes and 17 nickels. Okay, so that's a nice way to solve those without having to guess. All right, moving on, guys. Number 3, we can actually, let's just set these 2 up, and we won't actually solve them. And if you want to solve on your own, you can. Okay, so number 3. This one's very similar to the other one, but that's okay. We'll still set it up. So, X and Y. What do they stand for? Read the last sentence. Find the number of students in each van and in each bus. So, X will be the number of students in a van, and y will be the number of students in a bus. All right, let's set up our system. And then we won't actually solve this one. We'll just set it up. All right, let's see. Maine East filled 14 vans, so 14x, and one bus, so 1y, and they had a total of 166 students. And then Maine West filled 7x vans and 14 bus Ys, and they had 434 students. So that's the setup. And then you guys feel free to solve if you want, and I can tell you the answer tomorrow, but I would probably do elimination on this one too. All right, last one, because this video is getting a little long. Let's just set it up and you can solve it on your own. So this one, let's say what x and y are. Now this one's kind of silly. Find the two numbers. So x will just be like the first number, and y will just be the second number. It doesn't really stand for anything. It's just two numbers. All right, we need two equations. Let's see if you guys can set this up. So the sum of two numbers is 24. How do we write sum? And I need a sip of water. Okay, so sum means plus. So the first equation is x plus y equals 24. The second equation says difference, and difference means subtract. So x minus y equals 4. That's it. That's the setup. Find the two numbers. This one to me is an easy elimination because these already cancel. If you guys want to stop right now, go for it. If anybody wants, I'm just going to solve this one real quick because it's so easy. These already are opposite. They cancel. 1x plus 1x is 2x equals 28. Divide both sides by 2, x equals 14. And then if you plug 14 in, 14 plus what is 24? Y has to be 10. So that one's pretty simple to solve. All right, great job, guys. That was a word problem day. A little tough, but we got it. Thanks for watching.